And we are back. You are watching Strip Down Live, Saskatchewan's only 1-hour local music showcase. The award-winning show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. This is it, folks. Dramatic pause. Tonight we return for our incredible 9th season. And helping us kick it off, it's going to be a cold one because, ladies and gentlemen, it's Topher Mills.
She knows the right way to do the wrong thing. She knows a nice way to do a dirty deed. She likes the fast car in the slow lane, and I give her everything she needs. She wants what she wants when she wants it. She gets what she wants all the time. She does what she wants when she wants to. And I don't mind, cause the heart she wants is mine. She makes the first move and gets the last word. She walks a straight line down a crooked path. She'll leave you shaking, but not stirred. And she always saves the best for last. She wants what she wants when she wants it. She does what she wants all the time. She does what she wants when she wants to. And I don't mind, cause the heart she wants is mine. She wants what she wants when she wants it. She does what she wants all the time. She does what she wants when she wants to. And I don't mind, cause the heart she wants is mine. Yeah, I don't mind, cause the heart she wants is mine.
Strip Down's 9th season, and we are kicking it off with the elusive Topher Mills. Never been on Strip Down in like 222 episodes, yet you know everyone that's been on the show.
Pretty much, yeah.
I did not have to explain what the format of Strip Down Live is to Topher Mills, because you knew.
Yeah.
So you get the call finally. Were you like insulted it took this long on, or?
I was wondering what the hold-up is.
Well, we've had this conversation in the past, but recently you've started doing more of your own originals. I think that's what the hold-up was 3, 4, 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's probably been the hold-up because we just released the album this year, so it's been a long journey of playing covers and playing with other artists and everything like that.
And you've had a very, very successul career playing covers and being in cover bands and paying bills that way. So. I mean, if that's where the easy money is, and you know what I mean by easy money, why take that leap of faith and start doing solo stuff?
Well, you know, it's something I've always wanted to do. So it wasn't just like a spur of the moment thing, but I was always waiting for the right time to do it. So I needed to figure out when the right time was for me to do it. I finally got a hold of Cody Prevost.
Yep.
Obviously, he was one of the first calls that I did to figure out how am I supposed to do this, because he's been doing it for so long, and he knows all the ins and outs of it all. So
yeah, Cody has the template.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been great. He hooked me up with a bunch of songwriters, and actually he was a co-write on 2 of the songs off the album. So yeah, Cody just kind of guided the way, and then of course I've been playing with Brock and Brody and all the other artists around Saskatchewan that have been doing it too. So I've always got their referrals and help along the way as well. So.
I threw this up during the intro, which I don't think I've ever done before, but I was nervous. The intro is the most nerve-wracking part of the show for me. Not just because I think I'm going to screw up, and I have screwed up, but it's just like, what did we forget?
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference between doing this show live that we started last season and doing it taped as we did the first 7th season, is that if we mess up the intro when we're taped, we could just start again.
Right.
But in the live environment, it's like, oh, we forgot to turn something on.
Yeah.
You know, so there's always that stress of, I'm going to say what I need to say. You're going to start playing. The cameras are going to start moving. And if everything happens like that, then we've got ourselves a good show. If not,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll cross that bridge one of these days. But
Yeah.
to finish that ramble, Cold One, Topher Mills. Is this your actual debut solo CD?
Yes.
After you've been playing since you were 6.
Yeah, started playing guitar when I was 6. I moved up, started playing acoustic shows just in like families' functions, I guess, when I was probably 15, 16.
Yep.
And then I started playing in bands when I was about 18 and haven't looked
Here
back
we are 5
since,
years
so,
later, right?
Yeah.
We won't have to date ourselves.
Yeah, nobody
but
needs to know.
It's been a long journey for Topher Mills to get some solo stuff out there, some originals out there.
Yeah.
So, how scary was it to start investing time and money when you might not see the return so much as easily as having like a 80s cover band that can play every single office party in December, right?
And that was part of it. It was mainly when I decided to set out on it. It wasn't to do with money. It wasn't trying to make myself be able to do anything that anybody else is trying to do. It was something that I've always wanted to do. So I kind of put everything of the money aspect and trying to push my name out the side and just. I'm going to make this the way that I want to make it, as affordable as I could make it. So I teamed up with a really good team of people to be able to make it happen the way that I could affordably, and then just put it out and see what happens. So it was never really. I mean, of course, I would love for it to take off, right? But who wouldn't? But yeah, it wasn't my intention, I guess. So.
A lot of artists that come on here give me that nervous look before we start, and what are you going to ask me? And you were the exact opposite. You basically looked me in the eye and said, I don't care what you ask me. I've been doing this since I've been 6. I could talk for the whole hour, not even play music. So I'm excited to see where the questions and conversation go.
Yeah.
But, oh my goodness, talk about stripped down serendipity. We are going to throw it over to our brand new social media correspondent. And I say brand new in this position because this is one of the pillars of Stripped Down. One of the founding mothers of Stripped Down, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there goes the surprise. The switcher took it early.
Hey.
Bryn Kreisa, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
And I was joking because as you move out of the control room for the first time in 8 seasons, our next senior crew member, Mr. Patrick Brennan, has replaced you.
Yes.
As the switcher. How does that feel? That's got to feel weird.
It is a little bit. Like, the lights are a lot brighter out here than the nice dark control room. But
yeah, we dragged you out into the light and you're like...
Yeah, pretty much. But a lot of good activity online so far. Lots of people watching. I see a lot of local musicians tuning in and commenting. So it's off to a good start.
And you're not bailing out of this conversation that easily, Bryn Kreisa.
Fair enough. 9
seasons later. You, Jay, and I are the last of the absolute original members that put this show together in 2007? 2000, very beginning of 2008.
That's crazy.
So now you're on the other side.
Yeah,
You're looking back at the cameras.
I am.
Thoughts, the journey.
It's crazy how time flies. Like, I can't believe it's been 10 years since I was a wee teenager on the crew.
Right?
But it's really cool seeing how this show has progressed and how the music community has really embraced it and all the people we've had on it.
Advice for Pat, who took over from you, and you've been switching since like season 2.
Yeah.
You've been switching for like 8 years. So advice for Patrick, really quick.
Advice for Pat, do your thing.
Well
The show
put.
is yours.
All right, before we get to our next song, no, you know what? Let's save the sponsorship for after.
All right.
What was song number 1?
Number 1, that was She Wants What She Wants.
Okay.
That was written by a good friend of mine, Doug Sylvester, who I've had the pleasure of working with for the album. It was just kind of, on the album, it's a little more rocking and up tempo and everything like that. And that's what I kind of loved about the song right off the hop. So it was one of the first songs that I picked for the album to be on there, just that high energy drive kind of thing. So.
And where are we heading next?
I'm going to play Right Place, Right Time. So this was the first single that I released to radio. Cody Prevost and Doug Sylvester actually wrote the song for me, and it was that basically the whole album is basically based around just drinking beer, right? It's a cold one. It's got the bottle cap on the cover. It's
That's
got
sweet.
6 songs on it, so it's like a 6-pack. And so I needed a couple drinking tunes, and this song is basically that. It's just one of those Friday nights after work, kicking back and drinking some beers. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, Topher Mills.
Well, it's Friday, payday. You're only one step away from walking through those swinging tavern doors. It's been a long week, hard work, couple beers, well deserved. Please add a twist of lime. Here's the bottom line. It's the right place at the right time, baby. Kick it on up, get a little bit crazy. Throw another double down. It's the right place at the right time. Everybody's gonna get a rowdy tonight. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Turn it up real loud. Yeah, it's the right place at the right time right now. Well, it looks good, feels right. Gonna be one hell of a night. There ain't no place I'd rather be. Come on, darling, set 'em up, shoot 'em down. Come back with one more round. It's hard to call it quits on a perfect night like this. It's the right place at the right time. Everybody's gonna get it right now. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Turn it up real loud. Yeah, it's the right place at the right time right now. It's the right place at the right time, baby. Kick it on up, get a little bit crazy. Throw another double down. It's the right place at the right time. Dance floor hopping on a wildfire night. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Turn it up real loud. It's the right place at the right time. It's the right place at the right time. It's the right place at the right time right now. Yeah, right now.
You are watching Strip Down Live, and we are going to just jump to this right now because I'm really excited about this, and this is live television. I have no idea how this is going to go. Let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Of course, Earl's Saskatoon came back hard this year and sponsored Strip Down. They are our title sponsor. Make sure you check out the live entertainment at Earl's each and every Friday and Saturday night during the fall and winter, and I believe spring. I think they only shut down for the summer. We'll talk to Mr. Topher. I believe he's played Earl's once or twice. And then, of course, Red Swan Pizza North, Hairstyle Inn, and E-West Music. And now, let's do this, guys. Okay, so if we can bring up the graphic of our good friends over at Task Tools. Now, Task, of course, famous for their quality tools and their quality tool belts. If you can throw up the picture of what we did before the show started. They gave us a regular tool belt without a harness, and we kind of saw how many tools we could stack in the tool belt before I could no longer move around comfortably. And it's a little hard to see, but there's probably 15 screwdrivers, there's a hammer, there's a bunch of hardware like turnbuckles and giant eye. I'm not a handyman. I don't know what these things are or do. Giant eye hooks, wrenches, and pliers. You know, people. Anyway, I got about that much in, and then I could no longer kind of really bend or move. So I figured that was probably the limit on how much you could actually stack in that. So now, the second one they gave us has the harness, and just to add effect, we tied 20 pounds on the harness already, and now we're going to get the camera folks in here to just slam as many tools as they can in the belt and see what happens. If the weights break, it's not the harness's fault. We just use zip ties. All right, let's do this, guys. Let's see how much this can withstand before my legs buckle. This is a harnessed Task tool belt. We'll see. Let's go. It's right here in front. There's the always heavy saw.
Just jam.
Just jam it. And this is even more tools than the first time. And obviously there's a proper way to do this. This is not it. I don't know where handymen keep their staple guns. Maybe there? And see, even with the extra 20 pounds and extra tools, I got to admit. There we go. Yeah, should we try this? All right, this is the most manly thing I'm ever going to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the most bizarre segue ever. Topher Mills.
That was good. I liked it. I could tell that you weren't from here. Careless eyes, a daisy in your hair. The dawn breaking, a southern summer. You blew in like a breath of fresh air. Like a firework in an open sky. You lit it up, you caught my eye. And I was falling faster than I ever felt. And there's nothing I could do. Coming closer than I'd ever been. To a love that seemed so true. I was barely pulling through. And it's all because of you. It's all because of you. That first touch, my heart beating. First kiss, my head was reeling. Those days got a little harder. Must have been something in the water. Like Shakespeare, we were playing pretend, but I never wanted it to end. And I was falling faster than I ever felt. And there's nothing I could do. Coming closer than I'd ever been. To a love that seemed so true. I was barely pulling through. And it's all because of you. It's all because of you. You were gone with the autumn breeze, and I'm haunted by your memory. Falling faster than I ever felt. And there's nothing I could do. Coming closer than I'd ever felt. To a love that seemed so true. I was barely pulling through. And it's all because of you. It's all because of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Topher Mills. I think I'm back to normal. I think I actually managed to get that on and off and save the integrity of my microphone. And the live show continues. How are you feeling? So after all this time watching on the sidelines, seeing your friends play Strip Down, what's it like to finally take the massive Strip Down stage here?
You know, it's great. I've known you for a lot of years, so it's
Right?
It's kind of nice to get to interact with you one-on-one.
You know, and I always thought we
had.
had great conversations.
Yeah.
So like it's time everyone else enjoyed them as well.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
this is the platform for that. I also have to say in that last segment, I don't know if I've ever disappointed as many people at one time as I probably did trying to talk tools. You are like a carpenter by trade, you know, as is my father, who is probably watching at home going, I have no son. Just turn off the damn TV, honey. You know. So yeah, that's probably not the correct way to use a belt. Just jamming everything in. But
Just jam it all in there. Yeah,
Jam
sure.
it all
If
in,
it
yeah.
fits, it fits.
but that's kind of your side gig, right? You're
yeah.
like a carpenter.
Yeah, I'm working with a really good buddy of mine right now. He has a furnishing company, and we build bedroom furniture and custom stuff, and right on his shop, and it's great.
So settle this inner debate I swear I have had since I was a teenager. One of my first jobs was at Wendy's,
Okay.
which is kind of like, you know, a fun teenage.
Yeah,
You know,
weird.
it's not that taxing. You know, I don't want to insult people in the fast food industry because I'm proud. I came up through the fast food industry,
yeah.
and I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm just saying like, you know, you're not working with, you know, crazy numbers and high stakes all day, right? And I was so like creative that whole year I worked at Wendy's. I would come home with just a head full of ideas, ready to write, ready to draw.
Nice.
And then as I grew up, I did, the whole find what you love and find a way to get paid to do it. And
Right.
I found I could not come home and be creative with my own stuff anymore. So did you find the balance? I mean, do you work with wood and tools all day and then just fill your head with like lyrics and chords?
I used to write a lot more than I do now, and that's kind of why when I did the album, I kind of sought help from Cody and Doug and everything like that, was for the fact that I've been so busy playing with other projects that I couldn't really focus on sitting down and writing. And I mean, I did write a couple songs on the album because I needed to have that kind of aspect to it as well. But yeah, like the creative side of me has been kind of pushed back, I guess, because I've been wanting to perform more rather than do the writing aspect of it. So like I say, I play in, I couldn't even tell you how many projects I'm playing in right now. So, but
you're like a bad penny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing about 2 to 3 shows a week now, and so it's been really busy to be able to do that. But I do want to get back into the writing aspect and everything because I did enjoy writing the couple tunes that I have on the album and everything like that. So
I'm curious to see what the public is saying. I wanted to one of my goals for season 9 was to name our fan base like the Stripped Downians or something. But let's throw it over to social media correspondent Bryn Kreisa. Bryn,
Hey.
we're giving away some stuff.
We are. Keep commenting. There's lots of comments coming in, but anyone who comments is entered for a draw for a $20 Earl's gift card and $5 Tim's card courtesy of Task Tools. Looks like you've got some family support. Baba, Mom, and Auntie Julie are watching.
Oh, awesome.
And looks like some people really enjoyed hearing you play Right Place.
Oh, awesome.
So lots of support online.
Just a reminder, this is a completely 100% interactive show. If there's anything you'd like me to ask Mr. Topher, embarrass him or not, some funny memory, some quips, some anecdotes, let me know and I will ask him. I'll put him on the spot. Honestly, also, I just have to throw this out there. I am trying so hard not to say Topher Grace. Topher, not a common name, but I love it. Like, back in the day when we were trying to name our son, I was rolling Topher around because it's just such a unique take. So it's the second half of Christopher, right?
Yes.
Instead of Chris,
Yeah.
which is like a dime a dozen, you're like, no.
Exactly.
I'm taking a common name and putting my unique spin on it. Or I guess your parents did.
Well, it was actually a buddy of mine that came up with it because I was going by Chris and Christopher all the time for a lot of years, but I know so many Chris's and actually a lot of Chris musicians already, so I needed something that was going to stand out. And a buddy came up, why don't you just use Topher? And I was like,
Love it.
I don't know why I never thought of that
I only
before.
know 2 Tophers in the whole world.
Right. So.
One is ridiculously famous, and the other is Topher Grace. You can have that one. That was
Nice.
free. There. All right, should we get to how many songs are we going to do? It's all out of whack.
Yeah. We did 3. I
should
got
we-
3 more.
Yeah, should we
However
take
you wanna
I don't know, what do you want to do? Maybe let's take another commercial break. Again,
Sure.
live television.
Why not?
It's all askew tonight.
Yeah, we can do whatever you want.
As usual, everyone was working behind the scenes, scrambling right up to the buzzer. People were moving all around me as we were counting down for the show. So, like I said, you just kind of put the brick on the gas pedal, and everyone jumps out of the car, and we'll see what happens in the next hour. Let's take our second commercial break. We got lots more with Topher coming up on Strip Down Live right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, Topher Mills.
It's a great day to be outside. There ain't a cloud in the whole damn sky. The heat is rising and the grass is long. So I got my shades on and I'm mowing the lawn. Grab a bucket and fill it with ice. Toss some cans in and let them cool down. Work is done, let's kick back with the feet up. Put on a country song. Man, I sure could use a cold one. And sit in the hot summer sun. Join in and be friends of mine. You know we'll all have a good time. Go on, pass me a cold one. We can have us a little more fun. Raise 'em up, hold 'em high. Cheers to the sky, here's to you. Hey, my beer looks done. Would you grab me a cold one? Well, we watch the sun fade away. Grab a cup and a beer and let's play. Got some bergs on the grill and Sid strumming guitar. Everyone's singing, hey, what's going on? Yeah, we're just getting started, the fire is hot. It's good to have you hanging around with the moonlight shining in your eyes. And I don't ever want it to stop. Man, I sure could use a cold one and sit until the night is gone. Join in and be friends of mine. You know we'll all have a good time. Go on, pass me a cold one. We can have us a little more fun. Raise 'em up, hold 'em high. Cheers to the sky, here's to you. Hey, my beer looks done. Will you grab me a cold one? Man, I sure could use a cold one and sit in the hot summer sun and join in and be friends of mine. You know we'll all have a good time. Go on, pass me a cold one. We can have us a little more fun. Raise 'em up, hold 'em high. Cheers to the sky, here's to you. Hey, my beer looks done. Would you grab me a cold one? Would you grab me a cold one?
You're watching Stripped Down Live. This is our 9th season. I'm catching my cord on everything. And that was Topher Mills with Cold One, the title track off his somehow debut album, also titled Cold One.
Yeah.
I still can't get over that first album, right? That's
Yeah.
got to be surreal to
It's
think
been a
about
long
the
time in the
journey.
making, right? Like, and I've gone through so much. I've done so much. Played in
So many
I couldn't even
bands.
tell you how many bands.
Just let's go for it. So some of the more like memorable bands and acts and
man.
gigs you've done. Because you are a weathered musician, my friend.
Yeah, well, right from the beginning, there was vinyl that turned into that 70s rock band. Travertine was a big one that I played many, many years with. I had Faking Freedom, which was like a hard rock band. Rock the 90s, which is how me and Brock kind of started
Yep.
kind of playing together. And then I played with Brock, and I played with Brody Siebert, Shantea. I got Stuck in the 80s going right now. Dusty Mules. I got the Topher Mills band, and we do pretty much everything. We play classic rock, we play country, we play dance pop, like everything from there. Who else? Like QED out of Winnipeg, I used to play with. Yeah, and then like different artists that I got to play with, like when the SCMAs were here a few years ago. Chad Brownlee was the host. I got to play on stage with him, so that was kind of a highlight kind of thing for me. Opened for Aaron Pritchett when I got the album released, and we did a show out in Alberta, playing a show with Aaron Pritchett. That was a huge thing for me to be able to kind of do that. Yeah, there's been a lot.
We're out of time. I'm just joking. So when you look back, I mean, what are the big kind of milestones that helped shape the and I keep calling it a solo project, but it's not really a solo project. It's like your vehicle.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
What were the milestones that shaped that? Because again, that's a long time to hammer through this industry before really. And you know, I remember talking to you in the early days, and you didn't really back in the day have much interest. You're like, oh, I'm just doing my thing. We're doing
Yeah.
covers, and I'm helping people. And then suddenly, just like a couple years ago, you're like, yeah, I'm doing it.
I think it just kind of became that time. Like it was always there in the back of my mind. Like I said, like to always want to do an album myself and kind of have my take on it and have it the way that I wanted it. But I was okay with performing, and that's where my main passion is performing in front of crowds and everything like that. So yeah, it wasn't really, it wasn't always there for needing to get it done or needing to do it. And then yeah, the last couple of years it was okay, maybe I should actually do this. Everybody around me was doing their thing because I got big in the country scene, so I was playing with Brock and Brody quite a bit at the time.
And the country scene got big.
So it was like, and even seeing artists like, well, Dallas Smith, for example. I was a big rock and roll guy, and Default was one of my favorite bands, watching them back. And so Dallas Smith was one of my favorite singers. So to even see him go to country, I was like, okay, like, obviously there's something here. And I just really loved the community around Saskatchewan with the country scene of things when I started playing in it as a guitar player for other people. And I was like, you know what, maybe I can make a dent in this, and maybe I can actually pursue my own kind of name off this and see what happens.
I know how you're going to answer this because of your rock background and your interest in that genre, but was the blending of kind of pop and country advantageous for someone in your position? Or I see the really young up and comers that think that was the greatest thing in the world, and then I talk to like kind of the old guard that are like, that ain't country. Wash your mouth. So
I guess everybody's got their own take on what country music is, but the way that I kind of went to it, it wasn't necessarily the sound, because there's so many, you could almost look at country music in itself nowadays, and there's many different genres in country, because there's that pop style. But there's that rock style. You look at Jason Aldean, who's more of that rock edge kind of guy. But then you look at Thomas Rhett, who kind of went to more pop and everything like that. So, but country music has always just been that down to earth lyrics of to the heart, what's going on in the world, what's going on with me, what's going on in my life, and very relatable to people that are listening to country music. So country just kind of went with that, and that's kind of where I stuck my head into seeing country music as that. But I mean, I've always got that rock edge in my heart. So
it worked out well for you.
Yeah.
Let's talk to the wonderful Bryn Kreisel. Let's see what the fans are saying. The stripped downian town. What are we calling them, Bryn?
I remember.
Okay, do you remember in the first 8 episodes we did? You were on camera one time, and I was like, Bryn, what do we call this? Because it's not a full season. Do we call it season 1 or season 0.5? And you're like, Mr. Anderson, with your big braces. You didn't have. You're like, let's call it season 0.5. And then that completely ruined the flow of the show for the first 4 seasons, until we finally were like, no, we're going back. We're rewriting history. Those 8 episodes were season 1. And then we started season 2. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on you not to mess this up a second time. This is literally the second decision I've ever let you make, Bryn.
Yeah.
What are we calling the stripped down fans?
Well, I'm glad I don't talk like that anymore.
Mr. Anderson.
This is a lot of pressure. I don't know. I think we'll have to think about it.
Okay, we'll have a meeting.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What are the good folks saying?
Well, Angela commented on your song Cold One. She said it's one of the best songs on the album.
Oh, awesome.
And lots of great comments. Sydney says, sounds amazing. Lots of thumbs up, lots of emojis coming in. That's really popular this evening.
Perfect.
Karen says, nice riff for your last song. There's just been a lot of really great positive comments, sounding great. You've got a lot of support out there.
That's awesome.
Keep commenting. We've got gift cards to give away. We'll give them away after the next commercial break.
Yeah, I want to put him on the spot. I want to ask him something. I should have lined this up with Brock ahead of times. Brock always hits me with some unique line of questioning. But I guess the future. Again, you're in so many bands, and again, Topher Mills may not be able to play every day of December for the office parties, as I know every cover band just gets booked up in summer.
Yeah.
So is this a project is this front and center now, or is this just in the giant soup that is Topher Mills, and whenever it bubbles to the top, it bubbles to the top?
Yeah, here and there. I'm really proud of the way that the CD came. The album worked out. I'm really proud of all the work that me and everybody that helped putting the project together. So I mean, I would love for it to do fairly well and everything like that, but priority wise, I'm not really sure at this point I really have a priority. I just am trying to make a dent and trying to build up my name, even if it doesn't have to do with the album, and so doing the cover gigs and playing well 2 or 3 shows a week kind of thing. So
let's jump into that. Where can people see Topher Mills? I mentioned Earl's as our title sponsor. You've played Earl's.
I've played Earl's in the Bacchus Lounge later,
Yes.
a couple times, and it was great. They treat you really well there, and the crowd seems to really enjoy it.
And obviously
when they
they
come
love
out
the
and-
Saskatoon music scene because they sponsor our show. They're our title
Yeah,
sponsor.
so
So they've
that's been
stepped
great.
up and they did the right thing and make sure this show continues. And we kind of feed off each other. I'm like, who's playing? And I'm like, oh, they've been on the show 11 times. I'm not going to book them. But then they're like, who do you have that can play Earl's? And then I give them the celebrated list of stripped down alumni.
And it's great to have more venues for like acoustic style music or artists that are getting going and everything like that. Just to have places to play where people are going to come out and support and enjoy live music, because I feel like it's kind of been missing for. Well, it's getting back now, but it was kind of missing for quite a while, where the live music scene was kind of dying out and nobody really cared about it too much anymore. But now you start seeing, and it's a lot of restaurants and a lot of everything, like little clubs and pubs and everything. They're like, you know what, let's try this. Let's have some artists out. So a lot of places are having their certain day where they'll have their artists out and kind of go from there. And it's been great for a lot of artists.
Well, it's a big night for us, Mr. Mills. Again, as I mentioned, we moved Bryn Kreisa for the first time ever out of the control room and into the social media platform there.
Yep.
And then we have our next senior member, Pat, who has now replaced Bryn inside there, switching, and he's been a cameraman here since 2010. So
Nice.
it's been a lot going through my mind, and I think that's why I rushed through the first half of the show, because we only have, 2 songs left?
2 left, yeah.
2 songs left.
I mean,
So-
we can talk for.
Oh, I know, but I'm
We
just trying to
could
do the
keep the
math
show
here.
going for like an hour.
As the
extra.
interview segment overstayed its welcome. I feel like it's been a while since we've had a song. So why don't we take our last commercial break?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I threw you for a loop there.
Yeah.
We'll take our last commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll hammer out the last 2 songs and wrap things up
Sure.
with Mr. Topher Mills. You're watching Strip Down Live, and we will be back right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, Topher Mills.
Guess I should turn my guitar on. You and me, we were always together, tearing up the back road, singing with the radio. Windows rolled down, the music turned up. Didn't care when people would look, singing every song as loud as we could. And just a bit out of tune, I never thought there would come a time when I wouldn't have you. Now every time I get in my truck, I can't even turn the radio on, 'cause every song that plays reminds me of better days, and I can't drive for a couple of miles before I try that dial again. Although I know our days are gone, still wish you were riding shotgun. We used to cruise around all night, looking for a place beneath the stars. Windows rolled down, the music turned up. We would lay in the back of my truck, listen to the song, staring at the moonlight, holding each other tight. I never thought there would come a time when I'd be alone. Now every time I get in my truck, can't even turn the radio on, 'cause every song that plays reminds me of better days, and I can't drive for a couple of miles before I try that dial again. Although I know our days are gone, still wish you were riding shotgun. every time I get in my truck, I can't wait to crank that dial again, 'cause every song that plays reminds me of better days, and I can drive for a couple of miles before you're in my mind again. Although I know our days are gone, still wish you would ride a shotgun. Still wish you would ride a shotgun.
We are wrapping up the first episode of our 9th season here on Strip Down Live. As always, I continue to be the host of Strip Down Live. I've been here for, we've been doing this for 10 years with a short hiatus.
That's crazy.
Right?
Good.
I guess a decade. How does that math doesn't even work. We took like 3 years off. We started in 2008, and we're on season 9.
Something's not adding
I'll take
up
my
there.
socks off later and try to figure this out. There's got to be an explanation for that. Thank you so much for coming
Thanks
on
for
the
having
show
me. I
and
really appreciate it.
kicking
So,
off the 9th season.
yeah.
Did all your vast array of friends that have played the show give you heads up or like advice or anything, or did you just
No.
no?
No.
Because last season alone we had Brock,
Yep.
Cody,
Yep.
Brody,
Yep.
yeah,
I think I saw all of them.
and then yeah. I'm trying to run through. Yeah. That's about it. That's about it for people in your circle.
Yeah.
So is it everything you thought it would be and more?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to hang out with you, man.
All right. Like I feel like we should do this more.
We should.
I'll come to Earl sometime. Did I mention they're our title sponsor? Bing! So Topher Mills.
Yes.
There was some more movement on social media during that last commercial break. Maybe we'll throw it over to Bryn Kreis and let's wrap things up with her and see what the Strip Downians are saying. The Strip Down universe.
You're getting there.
We're getting
We'll
there,
get
but-
something.
Yeah, something a little more. You got to be careful with the word stripper, right?
I know,
So,
exactly.
It's not a lot of play with that.
Well, over the break, our Facebook randomizer picked the winners. And so the $5 Tim's card is going to Terry Stushnoff in Outlook, Saskatchewan. And the $20 Earl's gift card is going to Victoria Robson. So congratulations.
Oh, awesome.
And thank you to everyone who's been commenting. There's a lot of great comments coming in. I believe you got another family member, Uncle Mike,
Oh, yeah.
watching. And your previous song was his favorite song.
Awesome.
So that's...
Everyone
That-
has an Uncle Mike.
Yeah. I got 2 actually. So.
Hey, there
Wow.
you go. Lucky.
What's Uncle Mike plural?
And yeah, just a lot of really positive comments. Sounding great. Great work, Topher.
Awesome.
I could go on and on. There's over 50 comments. So.
Yay! Look at you lighting it up, huh? Sometimes it's a giant tumbleweed.
Yeah.
I don't know how Facebook does it, but sometimes it just animates a giant tumbleweed across this show. How did it feel, Bryn? This is a big change for you. Usually you
It really is.
sit in the control room in the dark and don't say anything.
Well,
I'm glad.
because I'm
you,
working, Curtis. I
well,
don't know.
fair
Come on. No, it is a little bit different. I'm used to being involved in like the behind the scenes of it. So this has been fun. It's been cool being on the other side and being able to also interact with you guys.
You did a heck of a job, ladies and gentlemen. Bryn Kreis, big round of applause. Come on.
Thank you.
Hey, the studio audience going crazy. It is a night of change on our first episode of our 9th season. And as always, the unsung hero of the show, Mr. Jay Neufeld. You know, the trifecta of Bryn, Jay, and I that are still here. And then kind of then it squares out to Pat, and then everybody else kind of came around season 5. But Jay Neufeld, if you don't know him, you should know him. We built the show from scratch. He just doesn't get his face on the screen to get credit like I do. So big thank you to Jay Neufeld for coming back for the 9th season, because I don't know, if one of the 3 of us doesn't come back, I don't know. I don't want to think about that future. Thanks, Bryn.
Thank you.
Topher Mills,
Yes.
where can people see you? Keep in mind that this is going to be replayed forever, so I guess throw some dates. Don't just say, I'll be there Saturday,
Yeah.
because someone could be watching this in 2020. Oh, God, I got to get there. It's Friday.
Yeah, like I have a standing house concert gig every week. I play in Broadwell at Hank's Tavern.
Huh.
So I play during the week, either Tuesday or Wednesday. It kind of varies every week, and it's from like 6 till 9 every week. And it's only a 20-minute drive out there, so that's a good place to come check out an acoustic kind of show.
Not unlike what you did tonight,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And then, I'm at Bud's quite a bit because I play with Stuck in the 80s there. And then I have Topher Mills band there as well, quite a bit throughout the year. So pretty much every month or two I'll be kind of there, ongoing as well. And then, I do a lot of private parties. I do a lot of house concerts. I do a lot of smaller kind of wedding stuff and everything like that. And then I just travel the province and just play kind of everywhere. So it's... Yeah.
So for people who are looking to book you, what they would get might not be what they saw tonight on Stripped Down.
Not
correct?
necessarily, yeah.
So this may
Yeah.
be working against what you're trying to do in some ways. So maybe do the pitch to the camera of what they're going to get if they book a Topher Mills for an office party or a private party.
Well, if Topher Mills, like I do a solo show, but with tracks, so it's just me, but it sounds like there's a full band there, so it's good for smaller kind of parties and smaller wedding style things where maybe there's 100 people there and you can't really afford a full band kind of thing. So that's another option to get that full band kind of atmosphere with one guy kind of doing it.
And these are popular songs, right?
Yeah, lots of cover
not that
songs.
Your songs aren't popular,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I could throw my songs in, but lots of classic rock, lots of dance pop, lots of country, kind of whatever the crowd kind of wants. I can kind of feed off of that. And then same thing if the budget, because bands are usually, they get that energy and that drive and make a show a lot better. So if you hire the Topher Mills band as a full band, same thing, you're getting dance pop music and country and classic rock, whatever kind of is necessary. And then, I got the Stuck in the 80s thing going, which is all 80s dance stuff. And then Dusty Mules, which is your wedding band that plays all wedding type stuff. So it's kind of all over the map. I got a couple other new projects that I'll be starting for the new year as well. So lots of Topher Mills coming up.
Yeah, that's twice I've asked you kind of about your bands and what you have on the go. And both times it was like dumping a jar of pennies down the stairs.
Yeah.
Just like, I've lost track, my friend.
Yeah.
Where can people pick up your debut disc? If they like what they heard tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, anywhere online that you can get it. It's available in Bradwell right at the tavern, at Hank's Tavern. Or just message me on Facebook. Add me on Facebook if you don't already have me, and message me. I'll come deliver it. Like,
Topher Mills, it has been an absolute pleasure. Let's run through our sponsors again real quick.
Yeah.
Earls, of course, stepping up to the plate, being our title sponsor here for the 9th season as they were the 8th season. Big shout out to Earl Saskatoon, supporting local music. And then, of course, Red Swan Pizza North, who are about to feed us in literally 5 minutes and 49, 48, 47 seconds. Hairstyle Inn and E-West Music. And then, of course, can we get that picture of Task Tools back up? Both the logo and myself, because I just can't get over how manly I look in that. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Right? That is like the best I've ever looked. It looks like I'm being productive there. When it's all smoke and mirrors, but I like that. Maybe I'm just going to wear a tool belt home.
There you go.
I'll get stuff done.
Yeah.
Right? That's all. That's half the knowledge, right?
It is.
Fill it with tools I have no idea how to use, but I'll look the part. Final words. Topher Mills. We got 5 minutes. How long is the last song? All stuff we should have gone through before we started rolling.
About three and a half
All right.
minutes, I think. So
we're good to wrap it up then. Anything profound to end with? This is our 9th season, my friend. It took you a decade to get on the show.
Yeah. What the hell? No, I didn't have the original music to do it, I guess. That was the biggest thing, I guess. But
you could have just done popular music and changed the words.
Yeah.
Sweet Adelaide. Whoop, whoop.
Could have did stuff like that. No,
probably.
I had a blast. I appreciate you having me out. Congrats on 9 seasons.
Right?
That's awesome.
It's almost emotional that we've been doing this for almost a decade.
So I'm honored to be the number 1 of season 9.
Absolutely.
So
Topher Mills, can't stress it enough. An absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here for this historic night. Our 9th season kicks off tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last time, it's Topher Mills. Thank you so much for watching.
long shadows crawling as the sun fades. Girl, you know I've been thinking about you all day. Why don't you and I get out of this town? Let's take the night like we own it. Hit the road and the struck like we stole it. We can tear it up and put the pedal down. With the sunset sinking on a cool summer night, sipping on a little bit of cherry wine, drinking it up, can't get enough, tasting that good stuff on your lips. Baby, you and me could leave the world behind, wrapped in a blanket on a hillside, under the stars, tangled in your arms, feeling my heartbeat as we kiss. Don't get much better than that on a night like this. We can take it down to the shoreline, get the speakers bumping out of my ride, spinning you around barefoot on the sand. You and me and a little Keith, we leave that smile on your face, lets me know that you need me. Yeah, girl, it sounds like a pretty good plan. With the sunset sinking on a cool summer night, sipping on a little bit of cherry wine, drinking it up, can't get enough, tasting that good stuff on your lips. Baby, you and me could leave the world behind, wrapped in a blanket on a hillside, under the stars, tangled in your arms, feeling my heartbeat as we kiss. Don't get much better than that on a night like this. With the sunset sinking on a cool summer night, sipping on a little bit of cherry wine, drinking it up, can't get enough on your lips. Baby, you and me could leave the world behind, wrapped in a blanket on a hillside, under the stars, tangled in your arms, feeling my heartbeat as we kiss. Don't get much better than that on a night like this.